right, and it's day 7 of the 31 Days of Horror Challenge, and today we're going to be talking about Pontypool. I feel like I should have like some type of microphone right here.
Yeah, we should have like a radio style setup.
Yeah. So, Pontypool. This is a very original zombie film where we have the actor Stephen McHattie. I haven't really seen much from him, but he's awesome in this. He plays Grant Massey, who is a radio DJ who seems like he was relocated to a smaller town of Canada. It's called Pontypool. And during a broadcast, he experiences a weird phenomenon going outside the radio station. And he gets calls coming in, and they're just trying to figure out what happens. And basically a zombie outbreak occurs. But it's a very unique and original one at that.
To say the least.
Yeah.
To say the least, it's original. You're pretty much as confused the whole movie as the protagonist is.
Yeah.
They have no idea what's going on, and you kind of don't either until it gradually explains itself.
And what was so cool about this movie is that it's one of those low-budget movies where it takes place all in this one location.
Oh, you and I could have shot it.
Yeah, and it was awesome, though.
Yeah.
I liked when they were making a teapot or whatever, and the smoke was rising. Like, it
Yeah.
really stuff that draws your eyes, and they made the most of the little set. And what was so cool about it was I felt like I was watching another War of the Worlds story, like through H.G. Wells. Whatever.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
it was a very strange film. What really grabbed me was actually the very opening scene where you just see the audio in the audio bar, and it's just like he's just describing this like story to you, but you don't really know like what's going on or what you're listening to. But that is something that totally draws me in. You're just like, I want to know more.
What was so good about this is you got to give credit to the writing. Like, the script was very polished.
So
dialogue. Yeah, it is. I mean, you have to sell this movie on what you're hearing. So that was what I liked. And, like, the first half of this film, I was very like, man, what's going to happen? What's going on? I was, like, sitting at the edge of my seat listening to every single word, like, especially when they had the guy that was in the sunset shopper.
Yeah, definitely.
They really sold the horror through dialogue, and that's a very unique task to do.
And this isn't a movie that's going to scare you to death. It's not that kind of movie. It's just a good movie. Like you said, the writing's very good. The acting is definitely there. The guy who plays Grant Massey, I'd never even heard of him or seen him before, but he's really good. He said the whole movie takes place in like a studio, so they really have to sell it through dialogue, through acting. There's not a whole lot of special effects, but the ones they do have are very stellar. I really enjoyed this movie for the most part.
For me, like, this is one of the films where it has like this grand idea, and then when it implements it and brings it into it, and they bring this doctor into the radio station, I felt that it was the undoing of this film.
The first half of the movie is definitely a lot better than the second half. The second half is kind of slow, but by the time I got to the second half, I was already so engulfed in it because I was so interested. I still
wanted it to happen. I wanted to know what was happening, and I mean, it was definitely a fun ride. We're going to do some spoiler talk right now, so I'll put the time right here where you can skip ahead. So I really liked when the girl got infected. That was like one of the last... The teapot girl.
Yeah.
It was really creepy. Like,
see, the whole thing in this movie, it is classified as a zombie movie. But it's not like 28 Days Later. It's not like a big virus. It's not really an infection. It's... How do I explain? The English language is infected.
Yeah, see, I mean, yes, bravo for being original, but I feel like it was just a ride from, like, when I'm learning more about it, the less I'm not being impressed. Like, the way they're explaining it, the kill, this, kiss, kill, and kiss. I'm like, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah, when
like,
he's trying to change, like, definitions of words.
I know, when you save the girl.
Trance.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then I really didn't like the last 10 seconds of this film when the freaking bomb drops.
The ending was a little bit... I don't want to say it was a cop-out.
I was going to say it's a cop-out.
But it's definitely close to it if it's not. I mean, it just... It was one of those movies that left you guessing. It left you kind of wondering. It didn't really wrap it up, which I'm not a huge fan of.
I mean, I'd rather them have been just, like, swarmed by these zombies instead of getting a bomb dropped on them. Me too. So, for that reason, I just was, it was entertaining.
One of the better zombie movies, just in terms of idea alone and how it's executed. Like I said, the second half's not as good as the first. But overall, I did enjoy this film. It's a film that I would recommend to someone if they wanted to see a good horror movie.
So what are you giving this?
I would give it 7 reels out of 10.
I'm just coming on a little underneath you. I thought that it was definitely enjoyable. The acting was pretty awesome across the board. I enjoyed it. This was definitely like a hidden gem. It was definitely
Very much
something
so.
that it was worth watching.
Definitely.
But the ending didn't really like encapsulate me, and I kind of felt like it was a cop out, and I was a little disappointed. So I'm gonna give this 6.5 reels out of 10. What did you guys think? And this has been our take on Pontypool.
And make sure you like or subscribe below.
And stay tuned, we'll have plenty more horror movie reviews coming your way during this 31 Days of Horror. This is The Real Report. Thanks for watching.